Hey guys, my name is Saif and I'm a part of the Sprint Optimizer group for summer 2020. And in this video, I'm going to go over a brief introduction to the main functionalities of this project. So the main two functionalities that are in this project are the resource allocation and the sprint overview graph. So starting with the resource allocation, so you just select whatever sprint that you want to see data on. So sprint 3, and the four main parts of this resource allocation are the developer breakdown, story breakdown, additional analytics, and backlog. So starting with the developer breakdown, you have to select the developer, whichever developer that you want, and it pops up all the stories that the developer is assigned to. And a lot of these fields are editable and savable. And you can also add a story at the bottom here and add an estimate input and description and save it. And there are also tooltips throughout the tables that give more information about what each field is about. And the story breakdown is basically very similar, where you can select a specific story and you can see what developer that story was assigned to and all the other descriptions of that story. And the additional analytics basically just shows even more information about the sprint, so you can go through throughput, cycle time, work in progress, and if you hover over them, you can see what each field means and how it's calculated, and you can even see a more visual way of what the throughput is throughout each week of the sprint. So that gives developer team leads a more user-friendly way of seeing how the efficiency is of the sprint. And on to the last part, the backlog. The backlog basically, it was supposed to bring in the backlog data from the backlog over here, and it's supposed to go by story number, description, story point, bring in all that data over here, and then you'll be able to select each row in that table and it'll pop up in these fields and you can edit them. As of right now, you can select any number, so you can put 3 for backlog story, you can put a description and a story point estimate, and you can add on to it and it'll add a column. You can add another one, you can put, so that functionality works, and you can actually go back and edit each row if you click on them. See, it pops up 3 and you can make it 10 and it'll save at 10. So that's basically what the backlog button does. And now on to the sprint overview graph. So you do the same thing where you select a sprint that you want to see the data on. So sprint 3 will pop up all the stories that sprint 3 contains. And basically what this field does is that it allows users to visually see what's going on in each sprint. More specifically, the remaining estimates, the original remaining estimate, underestimate, time spent, remaining estimate, and overestimate, which are all colored in the graphs. And you can hover over them and see more information about it. You can even click on them to more single out whatever you want. So if you don't want to see all that stuff, you can just see that. And that's basically the overview of the Sprint Optimizer project. We encourage future teams to expand upon this plugin, and thank you. Good luck.